I'm Dr. Malhar from JOSHI'S Veterinary Clinic. I am owner and founder of this clinic. We work in Malhar. Today in this podcast, we have Mr. Tanmay Juvekar, who owns Good Doggy, the grooming brand, and he's well known for his grooming expertise. Hi Tanmay.
Hi Malhar, thank you for that lovely introduction, and I would like to add on to that we completed 8 years in the business.
Congratulations.
So this comes together quite well with having this podcast with a vet. So yes.
Okay, so moving further with this podcast, what is your perspective as a healthy dog in terms of grooming?
So like for a groomer, everything is related to the skin and coat.
Exactly.
So for me, a shiny coat, a well-maintained coat, a well-brushed coat, the skin has a nice layer of natural oils.
Okay.
The dog has no body odor as such from any infection as such, but the natural dog odor maybe, nothing beyond that. So for me, those are the signs of a healthy dog when it comes to a groomer perspective.
As a veterinarian, for me, it is a healthy skin is a clear skin who should not have pityriasis, which in simple terms is a dandruff, or it should not have bald patches, or it should not have areas which are reddened. So this is my perspective of healthy skin. How do we correlate with that?
So like when we are grooming a dog, if a new dog is introduced to us, what we see is like when first consultation happens, like what do we do? So we have two baths at the salon. One is a spa and one is your regular bath. So the spa has an additional conditioner. Now that decision we take on the spot based on how much natural oils is the dog producing. Because generally a conditioner further, makes the coat sticky after 3-4 days, will give you that body odor, like that certain dog odor. So all those things when we check for the skin health. Are there any red patches? Is there any irritation? Is there dandruff or something like that? So once we have done a thorough check of that, how brittle the fur is, how dry it is or something. If the skin is oily but the fur is dry, so that is also a sign of an unhealthy body texture.
So basically you look into various layers of the skin.
So that is where we both come at the same place, for you it happens like when the dog is there for the consultation, that time is when you check. But for us it's on a daily basis because according to that we choose our shampoos, we choose our conditioners. We rather make sure that the haircut is also made for that.
Okay. Do you believe that there should be different uses on shampoos, or we should use variety of shampoos for various conditions of the skin?
Generally you have your basic shampoos that do your cleaning job. Then you have your breed specific shampoo as in white coat, black coats. Then you have your bronze coat shampoos which just enhance the shine or the color of the coat. Now ahead of this, when it comes to skin infections or something, that is when we leave it to the vet. Whatever the vet has recommended, we make sure that we are using that shampoo and we ask the owners to get the prescribed shampoo.
That's where we come in and we differentiate.
Yeah, and it's like, when you say everything that shines is not gold. So everything that is red is not fungal infection.
Agreed.
It can be so many other things. So we don't use any such shampoos from our end. We generally leave it to the vet because their diagnosis is rather better. When you get the skin sample test done under the microscope, you get better idea of what is happening and we get a better understanding of vet has recommended this. And we also read the prescription and everything. And we go ahead from there and then the whole bath routine starts because medicated shampoos, that it has to be given a bath every 5 days because it's an external medication. So then we make sure that we talk to the client and put them on a routine. And for the regular shampoos, based on the skin texture and the coat, we select what is better. Do we have to use a moisturizing shampoo? Do we have to use a conditioner based shampoo? Now this all is done because, if it has a haircut involved, conditioner is going to make the hair soft. It's not going to make it stand. So it makes it difficult to cut their hair.
So you customize the shampoos and haircut.
So if they're coming only for a spa where I don't have to do a body haircut, I use a conditioner. But if it's there for a full haircut and bath everything, then I use a shampoo which has conditioner in it so that the hair still stand and get to do the structures and shapes.
What would be the 3 or few basic warning signs for you as a groomer? Like you see an animal who has come to you, you will see certain signs and you will tell them, okay, now it's time for you to visit a vet.
Okay, so
This is totally from a groomer's perspective.
see, even though it is from a groomer perspective, what happens is any dog parent
Okay.
is at my doorstep more than it is at yours. We are in there every 15-day cycle.
Agreed.
So for us, it is not only the skin and coat.
So my question is what are the warning signs as a groomer? As in related to the skin.
Okay, related to the skin, maybe the texture is changing. The coat
Okay.
has started getting dry.
Okay.
The coat is much frizzier than it was before, or it has started thinning.
Okay.
Okay, there are some pets or there are some pet parents who have a habit of using the wrong brush because they have not been properly informed what to use, and that regular brushing with that brush is making the hair coarse and it's making them thinner and finer, and then you start seeing bald patches, and then
Okay.
people come and be like, "Arey, what's happening?"
I understand.
So those are a few signs that we look for. Firstly is the odor, secondly is the skin, and thirdly is the texture of the coat.
Okay.
Now, if there's any changes in this, it's alarming for us. From there onwards, we have a conversation and then we see whether we need to push it further to a vet.
Okay. So for us as a veterinarian, the warning signs would be chronic hair fall, then it would be patches, it would be redness, licking or itching in the areas where the dog should not be doing.
एवढं काय कॉम्प्लेक्स आहे खाल्लंस
So these are warning signs for us.
पोहायला जायचं.
Start. So do you think nutrition plays a role in overall skin health?
It does. I mean, what you feed your dog reflects. Like generally, how we say, like what you eat reflects on your skin.
Yes.
It's the same for the dogs. Like when you're feeding them a good quality brand, if you're buying it off the shelf,
Okay.
if you feed a good quality brand, it's going to show because that food, that kibble is basically less processed. It has more proteins. It will have omega. It will have the other things. And if you're feeding them home food, but the right kind of home food, where you're not giving them something that they are not supposed to eat. So that all plays a big factor. I mean, omega-rich food or your fruits and vegetables, which are pet friendly. When you feed it to them, even the proteins that are there, like chicken, mutton, fish, everything when it goes in a diet, at the end they are carnivore. So when we make them completely, vegetarian or something, it doesn't work. But in that also, there are certain, branches that we can touch and make their coat or skin be nicer. So nutrition plays the biggest part.
Okay. And anything?
I mean, there's something that does play a very big part, and it's your forte. But genetics, I mean, you should be the one
genetics
telling us
do.
that.
There are breed-specific problems which occur, like this Yorkie is a Yorkshire Terrier. Now they do get skin allergies. They are atopic. It's atopic in their breed. So at the age of 3-4, if he starts showing symptoms, then we'll have to treat him. Otherwise, no. But beagles, especially when they start showing their paws, they start scratching their ears, when they are completely red. The dog itself is not cooperating because of the age.
Beagle, we would need a whole different podcast.
Yeah, beagle is
because
totally
it's
out of
a
a different universe. But genetics, yes. So that's when we modulate a diet, and also that's the time when we recommend treatments, spa treatments and the shampoo treatments that you provide, that you come into the
I mean, Malhar, do you believe that there are zone-wise breeds that are better? Like certain breeds would thrive better in Bombay, whereas certain breeds thrive better
yes.
in Delhi, maybe.
Yeah, all breeds were made in a certain area at some point in the human history, last 200 years. Like Labrador was made in a Labrador village or town of Canada. That's where the breed is originated. So this Yorkshire Terrier is from the Yorkshire town of England. So they were more suited over there. When we started exporting animals for pets, that's how these breeds started landing in tropical countries. If you see any Indie dog, that is a pariah dog, they don't have skin allergies. Their skin, they are thin coat, they have less oil, they have no problem staying in.
They are the most resilient because it's
because they are living in their own
Yeah.
natural environment. They'll not have lot of
Tropical.
skin problem. Yeah. But these breeds, when they are made for cold and they're sitting in hot, so it's a problem for them.
No, but my question was like in terms of nutrition itself, taking
Yeah.
the question much deeper. What happens is like the nutrition aspect of Bombay and the nutrition aspect
Yes,
of
agree.
Delhi.
Yeah,
Also, when climate plays a role in that.
agree. There is a season like when there will be a winter, your dog will need lot of omegas.
Yeah.
Because of there would be dry skin now. Now the dog living in Mumbai will not
We
face.
don't have winters.
Yeah, will not have winters much. But dog living in Delhi may need lot more omegas than dog living in Mumbai.
Yeah.
In summers, they will need lot of biotin.
Yeah.
Now, any dog living in north side of our country will not need lot of biotin in their summers. But in south side of our country, they need lot of biotin.
Yeah.
So,
So-
region-wise also nutrition changes.
So basically, three aspects other than nutrition is your genetics, your overall climate.
Yeah,
And
and from
your-
origin where the breed was.
Yeah.
Now, if I want to develop a dietary plan for a Yorkshire Terrier, I should not be developing it in a way the dog is. A dog where lives it. Like this one lives in Mumbai, so I should not be developing it in a Mumbai situation. I should actually be considering what this breed would have been eating or what would have been suited in Yorkshire, and then correlate with the Mumbai weather, and then we formulate. We should customize rather than just feeding one food to all breeds.